Om Shanti. May is the day of our dear brother Jagdish ji. It has been 25 years since he became awake, and just now you heard from Didi also how special soul he was, and he must be doing a lot of seva also right now at present time in some form. But he was a real jewel of the yagya. So we are remembering him from our heart, and thanking him what he has done for the yagya. So today is day 12. Constantly experience an unshakable, immovable, and constant stage. Today's topic: constant awareness. Self-respect point: worthy of worship. What am I again? Worthy of worship. I was worthy of worship in the golden age. The temples are my memorials. The Father has come to make me worthy of worship again, right now. Practices. Step 1. I am a worthy worship soul. The temples are built to me. Step 2. Baba is giving blessings to every soul through my image. Now we will listen to Mohini.
The at confluence stage, first we become worthy of praise. This morning, Baba said in the morning that whatever is the praise of Baba, you are becoming worthy of that praise. Baba is ocean of knowledge. So children are master ocean of knowledge. For every virtue, Baba is the ocean. And we all are master. But many times Baba also say that you are embodiment of that virtue. And when you become embodiment, then you are praised. And automatically everyone will say, you are like your father, you are becoming like Baba. So confluence says our self-respect, being the child of Baba. Whatever is the self-respect, and then Baba says you become praiseworthy. Because worship worthy is then the nature. Matter also becomes pure. One whose soul and body both are pure, they become worship worthy. So what is purity of body? Through your each sense organ, through your eyes, through your ears, through your mouth, what you speak, what you hear, what you see, what you do. Every action is pure and charitable. And that's where you keep becoming worship worthy. Lot of bhavana, feelings towards each one of us increases. So soul is pure, body is pure, and then worship worthy soul. Like we look at all these gods and goddesses being worshipped in the temples, they are praised. We look at them and we realize that we were those deities, but we came in the cycle of birth, rebirth, and reached to a stage of worshipper instead of worshipworthy. Now we are reclaiming that what we were, worshipworthy. So sometimes it's good to contemplate, reflect on what it is to be worshipworthy. I think you will have beautiful experience, and also this will increase your awareness of who am I. Mm. Self-respect also is you respect your own self. One is taking a title or a virtue, but other is, yes, I respect the soul, and because I respect the soul, then I want a good effort. Baba says Baba doesn't like children to be laboring, battling, but a good effort maker. Good effort maker has no difficulty. So Baba tells us every day how to increase my quality of efforts. Struggle is when there is lack of efforts. When there is quality, there is no struggle, no battling, no conflict. So today Baba is saying that Baba wants to see, as our state depends on our awareness, and Baba wants us to have a consistent stage, and for that consistent state have a constant awareness. So how to maintain that constant awareness where the circumstances doesn't influence us, shake us, but we remain very stable. So Baba is saying no matter how much others try to shake you, but Baba says you must remain unshakable. There, everyone has different things where they are shaken. Some don't mind many things, some mind everything. So Baba says that with all adverse situations elevated, situations are elevated, stage is elevated. What is elevated? Baba says, do adverse situations sometimes attack you? Situations attack you. Baba says that think about whether adverse situations are powerful or whether your original stage is powerful. Whether situation is powerful or your original stage is powerful. So Baba says that when you have this awareness, then you will become powerful from weak. Who is powerful, I or situation? Just as Baba says, you, tapasvi souls, concentrate on your constant and stable stage. Baba said, try for 10 minutes, then 15, 20, just remain very stable in your stage. So Baba says, You tapasvi soul concentrate on your constant and stable state. Similarly, Hatha yogis, mean they heard like whatever stage should be, but they try and Hatha yogi souls stand on one leg. So there is a difference between being in the state in a constant and stable stage and standing on one leg. So you see now many Hatha yogis. But for us, Baba hadn't given us any such physical difficult things to do. Baba says, no, easy Raj Yoga. Only what you have to do is to make your stage consistent and stable, unshakable, immovable, and not in a physical way, but it is with the soul on a spiritual effort. So remind yourself, have the aim to have awareness whole day and see your chart, how much it stays, how long it stays, and did you feel power from that? That will be our homework for 24 hours. Om Shanti.
All right, I'm muted. Good evening. Good evening.
Om Shanti, good evening.
And should I say good evening to Prabhu Parivar, which was the title I think Baba gave us yesterday, right?
Right.
The family of God. I was surprised when it was mentioned that it's been 25 years since Jagdish Pai left the body. And I think if I remember correctly, we were together in Brazil, along with Ratan Mohini at that time. Yeah, there was a retreat. I remember when I came to Gyan, two of the first books that I read were illustrations of Raj Yoga and the way and the goal of Raj Yoga, which was very powerful. And I wonder if they're still in print. I don't in the West anymore. I'm not sure if they're still used in India, but they were so powerful because he really was the consummate yogi. He was such a yogi soul, and that experience he was sharing earlier could really relate to it. Did you read any or many of his books?
I think that when service began in the foreign land, those two books were created for that, so that
Oh,
Western mind can understand.
yeah.
And that's where the four steps of meditation. It was not really before, not in Hindi, but they were in English. Yeah, you have a good sure if we still have in print and but they were very good
Excellent.
books to learn
Excellent.
meditation, very clear and but I still remember
Yes,
those
me
books.
too.
But then as I said, when service began in UK, then that's where Jagdish Bhai thought to create something which can be easily understood by
Wow, I didn't
Western
realize
mind,
that
you know.
it was done specifically for that.
Yeah.
But, and of course, in those days, we all read, we all were voracious readers, you know, and lots of books. But those are the two that I remember. And even, I don't know if you recall, but on the front of illustrations of Raj Yoga, there was this, you saw the yogi and all these lights emanating from the yogi. Well, when I had my first experience in yoga when I was in Madhavan, that was exactly, I mean, I didn't associate it, but that was exactly the experience was.
What
So
what
anyway,
was
remembering
what was that experience?
that you see on illustrations of Raj Yoga, he's sitting, and there was all this light coming out from the And so that was the experience. That was it. It was, even though I'm sitting with my eyes open, and I'm just amazed. I'm amazed at all this light that's coming out from me.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, one of the picture was 8 powers,
Mm-hmm.
around the
That's right.
mm,
We still use that, although we've changed the images. And
mm,
yeah, and then there was another one which was of the vices, but it was very, very not Western, like things being stuck
mm,
into people, and very, very graphic, and probably wouldn't use those images anymore.
mm,
And also when I first met Jagdish in Delhi, and I remember saying to him, I really feel I've met a real yogi now. I mean, I was very raw, very kacha, but that was the feeling from him. And
mm,
yeah, there was a lot of regard, a lot of love for Jagdish by being a yogi, but his deep wisdom and his sense of humor as well.
mm,
He was very funny.
mm,
But anyway, so happy belated Mother's Day greetings. And we had asked the class how many of them remembered their mothers, their physical mothers, if they had passed. And most had given. And so we were asking, was there a particular quality that has served you till now?
I think that mothers, especially, they have so much patience and big heart in a way,
Mm-hmm.
and they not only their own child but motherly feeling for anyone, and they are serving tirelessly. Then one time we had this someone did a presentation that there only one person who does things without getting salary or without having like time limit. No, because when we think of very infant child and we look at how mothers are up whole night, and so it's lot of love, and because of that sacrifice also.
Yeah.
And that is how I think that mothers also became instrument for Yagya Seva. Even until now, every mother likes to do something or other. So what I took is definitely love, sharing, caring
Mm-hmm.
for them.
Um, I don't know if it's something that's encouraged, but say, you were mentioning the other night about the different stages of the baby angel. It's called the cherub, and then various levels of maturity. And so, in the same way, say, you dealing with a lot of Kumaris, is this something that you encourage them for, to have the consciousness of the mother? Because one thing is, you can be like the father, but nobody's going to say you're the father. To be a mother in this aspect that you're speaking about, the caring, the cooperation that extends beyond, her own self or her own students. So, is that something we should encourage in our students at some point, to have the qualities of the mother? Because after all, there can't be another generation, a next generation, without a mother. That the mother, she may not have given birth necessarily, spiritually speaking, but the sustenance of the mother is definitely something that's needed, no?
Mm. I think that everyone, I think when you give knowledge, you know, spiritual knowledge to everyone, I always felt we are also give birth to that soul,
Yeah.
no spiritual birth. And then it becomes like if I have given gyan and someone has started spiritual journey, then I have to sustain that. Not question of just my
Right.
student and my this, but because when you give knowledge, you come to know that person and that person's nature and the needs and yeah. So humility is a very good quality, I think. And some don't like, no. But Dadi Janki used to say, don't call yourself Miss,
Oh, really?
don't say Miss, but it's the mother.
Ah,
So I think, yeah, everyone. And surprisingly, all brothers are also very motherly.
absolutely. Sometimes more
So when I say
naturally.
more than sis, I mean, I am sometimes so seeing how much motherly they could be.
Really.
I remember that Baba used to stay whole night. So sometimes we will get tired, and from Om Shanti Bhavan, I will come down midnight or 1 o'clock. And generally, brothers are there, watching and different duties. Oh, you want tea? I can bring hot tea for you. And my heart will
Yes.
melt. Who
Yeah.
will go at 12 o'clock to wait for you? And there was one young brother. He's still now old. And when I am not well, I don't know, he will always
Chimanbai?
know. Okay, you're not, yeah, you're not eating regular food. I will make sandwich for you. I bring coffee for you.
Yeah.
I said, but how you know? He said, oh, I didn't see you. So there are, everyone, look at all our senior brothers, Nirbhai Bhai and everyone, very motherly.
Very motherly.
They really not only take care of your spiritual needs, but also help you to be more
Really,
comfortable and
really
happy.
more than a mother. There was a question that somebody wanted me to ask you, and it's to do with this thing of the authority of experience. Is it possible that in laboring, that can bring me to stage of having the authority of experience? And is it between getting there through laboring and not laboring?
I think that one has both laboring in the life.
Mm-hmm.
It's not you are laboring all the time. Sometimes you are laboring, sometimes you are just making natural efforts. So because you have contrast, you have both experiences.
Right,
So when you will share with someone,
right.
so it's not that you are laboring all the time. Sometimes you are not laboring, right? So I think that experience of that contrast between effort and laboring can be your authority of experience. When you share that when laboring, what did I feel when I was natural effort maker? Because some even ask question, what's the
Yes.
difference? No, so it's only with your experience or authority of
Mm-hmm.
experience you can share the contrast and both
Right.
experiences so they can feel it, they can
And
experience it.
they had also asked about, you know, uh, um, how Baba gives us so many choices when self-respect. But how do I pick the right point of self-respect to match the situation? It's a little bit like we know this medicine is given for this illness and this medicine is given for that illness. So is there a way, instead of thinking of all respect, is it could it be an exercise to try and match, like say for instance, if I'm feeling a bit low or I'm having a difficulty or faith is a bit weak today or whatever, that I could find a matching point of self-respect that would
It is
instantly do
it's
it.
same like virtues and powers.
Mm-hmm.
that internally you feel I need patience, I
Okay.
need to have more tolerance, like you feel the need according to your stage and situation. I think same is with the self-respect. Like, sometimes you want to feel deeply within, even just to have a thought, I am God's child. It brings such a pure pride. It brings such a pure feelings where there is no arrogance, but lot of respect. Or, I am any kind, like yesterday when Baba said, sit on the throne
Mm-hmm.
of stage, unshakable and immovable. So just reminding you has given me a throne, and Baba is making me Lakshmi Narayan, or Baba is, it depends on the of the soul. And if you have, like, we have list of virtue, and these days they are doing about self-respect. So I write down all the self-respect, not all, but whatever. I think after some the feel that I'm lacking in this kind of respect. I'm not able to accept this kind of respect.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody says something very high about you and you say, oh,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I can
Right.
accept it. So looking at the list of the self-respect, I think you start knowing what kind of self-respect I need. This comes with the experience,
Mm-hmm. I like this, what you were saying about that worship is when um, matter, when the soul and matter become pure, and then purifying the sense organs in a kind of a way,
Yeah,
so that every action, word, whatever,
is pure.
um, is pure. I liked, and then just one thing, and one thing is where somebody may inadvertently or deliberately try to give you sorrow, and you don't, you're not bothered by it. You remain unshakable. But when you think that you've given someone else sorrow, even if it was inadvertent, that often that can create sorrow with it. Never mind the one that feels that you gave them sorrow, but you can also feel sorrow yourself for having done that. Is that also coming from ego?
Hmm. See, there are some people who blame themselves a lot. This habit of
Okay.
blaming. And so for me, what I would do is give lot of good vibrations to that soul so that sorrow can change into, it can be removed, and soul can start feeling the love and happiness. With if it has happened, one is, of course, if it's possible, you go and say, sorry, I didn't mean it. And if it caused sorrow to you, I really wanted to help
Yeah.
you or make you understand something, but didn't work that way. But internally also, to have good wishes for that soul will help that soul definitely, because our vibrations will clear that sorrow in that first
Right.
person.
But it's
So
not,
it can,
yeah, but that you yourself are feeling sorrow because you gave sorrow. How do you, and as you say,
yeah.
yes, you apologize and say it wasn't your intention or whatever.
Mm.
But, or is this, and I could be wrong, and it's something that we won't have tonight, but is the mechanism of karma so speeded up now that you instantly feel something? It's like a signal, telling, so that if you gave, even if you didn't mean it, if you gave sorrow, that suddenly you got a headache, or you're you're not feeling well or whatever. Is the mechanism of karma speeding up for Brahmins?
Yeah, because time for settling, no? So when we have to
Mm,
finish settling, knowingly, unknowingly, karmic accounts, whatever it is. That, but I can settle also with power of yoga, with using powers, not necessarily taking sorrow, taking taking humiliation,
Mm-hmm.
or taking anything. So no, I know that we used to say, cover yourself with yoga, the shield
Mm-hmm.
of yoga, so that nothing goes in you.
Yes.
But also, I think there is somewhere something that happens to one. It doesn't happen to everyone, like the souls who are like this. Somewhere you are with them and then it keeps happening.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, settling of karmic accounts, but while settling, if you are powerful, you won't settle and suffer.
Oh, okay. That's nice.
You could settle with power of yoga, you can settle with, some way. I always believe that I can settle without taking all
Okay.
that, which could come as a result of karmic accounts with that
Mm-hmm.
soul. Because I won't allow anyone to do anything to me which is not right, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be a little bit strong. Life is learning. I remember that many things before that always wanted me to be spokesperson.
Mm-hmm.
They all, you will tell, you will do. Once or twice I didn't had good experience with that. And after that, even today I had a big meeting. I said, you all do it. Why I have to do for all of you? You all do it and see how it works. So I think it depends. We keep learning in our life. And so settling is one thing, but also creating good karmas,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, yeah, you have to be really powerful for everything in the life, right?
That's why we keep looking to you, Didi.
You have to, you know, wherever it's not right, you have to say it right,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah. And I guess whatever it is to finish it very quickly. That's the thing too, I suppose.
Mm. One thing in my life, I cannot do anything under pressure, nothing. I immediately say, no, when I
Mm-hmm.
am ready, I
Yes.
will do it.
Yeah.
Not because anytime I do anything under pressure, I always felt that was not right because
Uh-huh.
I didn't do willingly.
Yeah.
So you have to look at what you want, how you want. But also Baba has certain principles, certain ways. So I think if we follow them properly, then settling happening without suffering,
Yeah.
or
I
without
like what you're
battling.
saying because you're implying that, in all things there's balance that with, that it's Baba Stream or, the senior has told me or whatever. And so that you have both things. But I deeply appreciate that all souls should know that they always have a choice. It's not that we're always going to make the highest or the best choice, but you always have a choice. Thank you for that.
Okay, thank you, Vadipan.
Thank you. Om Shanti
Om
Didi.
Shanti.